talking to someone whose identity has become attached to being right, rather than saying, perhaps I need to investigate this further. They begin searching for reasons to dismiss the challenge itself. The person asking for proof suddenly becomes the problem. Instead of addressing the question, they attack the questioner.
Facts.
Instead of providing evidence, they provide labels. You just don't understand.
Fact.
You're a hater. You're an agent.
You ain't got the Holy Ghost.
You're brainwashed. You're closed-minded. You're one of them. You're a non-believer. The conversation shifts away from evidence and toward tribalism. The issue is no longer whether the claim is true. The issue becomes whether someone belongs to the group. This is how belief systems often transform into social clubs. Membership is maintained not through evidence, but through agreement. Doubt becomes disloyalty. Questions become threats. Skepticism becomes betrayal. The irony is that if a belief is actually true, it should not fear examination.
Facts.
Truth does not require protection, and it can withstand scrutiny. Truth welcomes investigation. Truth survives questioning.
Facts.
In fact, the strongest truths become stronger under examination because evidence continues to support them. Falsehoods, however, often require emotional defenses. They require social pressure. They require shaming tactics. They require excuses for why proof cannot be produced. They require enemies to blame whenever contradictions appear. And this is why some communities spend more time policing disagreement than producing evidence. A person secure in truth says, let's examine the facts. A person insecure in belief says, let's examine your loyalty. The distinction is profound. Throughout history, nearly every major era embraced by humanity was once protected by emotional certainty. People have defended countless ideas with passion that later proved false. Entire societies have been convinced of things that were eventually overturned by evidence. The lesson is not that people are stupid. The lesson is that emotions can be stronger than reason when identity is involved. The ego hates uncertainty. The ego wants validation. The ego wants to be right. Truth, however, doesn't care about our ego. Reality doesn't adjust itself to accommodate our feelings. Nature does not alter its laws because we are emotionally invested in a particular conclusion. People who believe in miracles, people who believe in petrification processes that they can't reduplicate.
The hell is that?
People believing in mud fossils or whatever your belief is. Nature isn't gonna alter reality to support it. And you can't get mad at people for pointing out that your belief isn't in alignment with the laws of nature.
Fact.
Nature ain't gonna alter its laws because we're emotionally invested in a particular conclusion. Something is either true or it isn't, regardless of how many people believe it. A mature thinker understands that being wrong isn't the enemy. Remaining wrong because of pride is the enemy. There should be no shame in saying, I don't know. I haven't proven that yet.
I was wrong.
That's currently my belief, not my conclusion. I could be mistaken. These statements demonstrate intellectual strength, not weakness. The strongest minds are often the most comfortable with uncertainty because they understand that certainty without evidence is merely confidence, not knowledge. The pursuit of truth requires a certain level of humility. It requires the willingness to place every belief on an examination table, including our favorite ones. It requires us to separate our identity from our conclusions so that challenging our mind doesn't feel like losing ourselves. When a person truly values truth above ego, they stop asking, how do I protect my belief? And start asking, what would prove me wrong? That single question separates the believer from the truth seeker. The believer seeks confirmation. The truth seeker seeks verification.
Talk to
the
him.
believer protects conclusions. The truth seeker follows evidence. The believer fears being wrong. The truth seeker fears remaining wrong. And in the end, truth is not discovered by those who cling most tightly to their beliefs. It's discovered by those willing to let go of beliefs that can't survive the weight of evidence. Open to examination because they may be incomplete, misunderstood, or entirely wrong. A healthy thinker understands this distinction. They recognize that changing one's mind in the face of new evidence isn't weakness, but intellectual honesty. Unfortunately, many people become emotionally invested in their beliefs. Their beliefs become intertwined with their identity, their social circles, their reputation, and even their sense of self-worth. At that point, questioning the belief feels like a personal attack. A challenge to the idea is interpreted as a challenge to the individual. Once this happens, the search for truth often comes to an end.
Don't that look crazy, y'all?
This is interpreted as a challenge to the individual.
And here it is, they in church praising the Lord. I guess this was during the whole vid25 when he got this clip. Look at these masks they got on. But you in church seeking to be saved by Jesus, but you got these masks on. So why do they? This brother Sanchez, if y'all don't know, you know what I'm saying? But I advise y'all, if you the red pillars, to check this video out in its entirety. My thing is this: if you're seeking the Lord to get saved, then why are you scared? Why are you in here with these masks on? Oh, that's right. The beast told you. The beast told you couldn't go in here without them. Just dictatorship and control.
Once this happens, the search for truth often comes to an end. So if you look around you and you see a world in bondage, while we all know that the truth will set us free, it's because the world don't have truth. So what do we have? Belief, doctrines. And it's hard for us to let those things go. And that's why
we got belief, doctrines, and a whole gang of gang stalkers.
The world, in my opinion, it just isn't gonna be saved.
Nah.
Ego will always be the ruler of this world.
Ego will always be the ruler of this world. Don't let that go over your head, people. The ego, what is the ego? The demiurge spirit, the demiurge energy.
And it ain't about saving the world.
That jealous God shit.
World, it's about saving your world.
That's right.
Because when the people ain't about saving the world, it's about saving your world.
Remember that, y'all. You can't save nobody but yourself. So focus on that. I do this because I guess I was led to do it, just like Brother Sanchez led to do it. I'm only seeking those that, those empaths, star seeds, that's down here that gotta wake up. The 144, whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's it. I'm gonna let a bot be a damn bot. I ain't worried about them. You can't save them. They're Cabbage Patch. Incubators. Can't wake them up. I'm only here to wake up the ones that supposed to wake up.
Because when the people around you is no longer asking, is this true? Instead, they're asking, how can I defend what I already believe?
Right.
Notice the difference. A truth seeker follows evidence wherever it leads. A belief defender follows evidence only when it supports the conclusion they already want. This emotional attachment creates a dangerous cycle. Someone makes a claim, they confidently present that claim as truth. When asked for evidence, they discover they can't adequately support it. And rather than reevaluating the belief or the claim, they experience discomfort. Psychologists often refer to this as cognitive dissonance, the mental tension that occurs when our beliefs are confronted by conflicting information. This is happening all around us, even in the so-called conscious, woke, or conspiracy theory community. You have communities that founded themselves off honest investigation and searching for facts. But now they are crowded with a bunch of beliefs about petrified dragons, beliefs about mermaids, just a bunch of beliefs that we don't have the proof and evidence for, but people will defend these beliefs as if they're facts. So you will see this all around you, which made me say to myself, belief itself is a psychological operation. Belief is a...
But I tell you one thing, as far as the dragons and mermaids, it's proof of that. But as far as, you know, somebody come back to save your ass, there is no proof nowhere in history, all of them to this very day. So,
mindset that we didn't naturally have. I think when we operate in belief, we're operating in the left brain and we're operating in our lower mind.
I mean, just look at that. Don't that look silly, y'all? I grew up in this Pentecostal shit. I grew up in this.
I think when we operate in belief, we're operating in the left brain and we're operating in our lower.
That's demon possession, bro. You know what I mean? Your ancestors doing the same shit you doing today. Bouncing around like a basketball. This is untamed, unclean spirits.
Mind. The truth is,
ain't no one in the world you gotta act like this.
I think when we operate in belief, we're operating in the left brain and we're operating in our low.
Get your ass in that water right now in the name.
We're operating in the left brain.
Pass out these demons.
We're operating in our lower mind.
That made no sense, y'all. I don't want to run out. I'm surprised I haven't had this much space in my phone. Holla back, y'all. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Shout out to Brother Sanchez. He always cooking. Always. We out this joint.
And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. What's that supposed to mean?
What people need to understand is this is a war between order and chaos, between democracy and anarchy.
Commissioner Ivo, is the insurgency reorganizing?